Hey, I'm Jay, and I've got something to say about some miniatures. This just came in the mail. So, other people have already gotten their product for Next Level Minis, Dragon's Horde, and they've posted more pictures than I'll be able to do a good review of until I can get my hands on them. So, some complaints about how small some things are, like there's a frog. Let's see. There's some frog folks. So there's some good pictures, some good painting stuff. You know, here's how it comes, all the bags with all the parts or whatever. Some things are multi-part, some things are single cast. I guess this person had a problem with assembling the wolves, but a little bit better than that. The Reaper Forms people did a really good size comparison. So here's the troll in the middle of some WizKids trolls. The ogre. This one angles a little bad to quite see. Like, he's kind of bulky enough, just a little short. Here's the bugbears. I'm actually going to be happy to get a bugbear that fits on a base and a gnoll that fits on a base. But this Illithid, like, the WizKids Illithids aren't big. The Mind Flayers, that's tiny. Teeny tiny. The Minotaur's fine. The Werewolf's fine. The Elementals are mediums. They're not larges. So here's that gnoll on the right-hand side with WizKids gnolls, which I always thought were a little bit big. I'm not sure what the thing on the left is. That could be the Gnoll Shaman. So these, both the left and right could be the next level gnolls. But my Dungeons and Lasers 3rd edition gnolls are pretty short too. So I'll actually be happy with that size, I think. The skeleton, it's got a squat stance. I'm not sure that that's really that small. The werewolves are plenty big. Again, the elementals are definitely medium and not large. The kobolds are maybe a little too big. Here's, you can see how short that elf is. That might be usable, it might not be. So here, all of the ones on black bases are the next level minis, and the ones with not black bases are other brands, like Reaper or WizKids or whatever. So, you can see that the Viking looks reasonable, the Cultist looks a little small, the Dwarf is definitely fine. Again, I think the female Cultist is a little small. I think the Hobgoblin's fine in the middle on this line. I think the Goblins are okay. I think the Gnoll's okay. You can see the Ogre and the Trolls aren't really bigger than humans. The Bugbear's a little weird because I want the Bugbear to fit on a base. Orcus is a little disappointing. I thought that was going to be bigger. This is somebody that painted one up. So there's that. The other thing I'm getting today, but I won't have time for the whole week until Saturday, is the Dungeons and Lasers. And again, size comparisons. They threw in this upper right hand corner, you can see there's a Deuce Lair sample pack. They threw in 3 large minis that nobody knew about until they started receiving them, and that are a preview of the next campaign. So they're just 3 extra stretch goals that they just surprise people with. So there's a krill, like spiky crab thing, a tree thing, and like a giant pig orc or a wereboar. So here's some shots with the Tarask stretch goal, or 1 per backer goal. So this is the Reaper Shiv Blue Dragon, Shivinra, which is really chunky. It's a really thick, beefy guy. So you can see that. Here it is up against Maldrakar, so you can see it's dwarfed by Maldrakar. It's dwarfed by the WizKids, Torask, and full-size Tiamat, the $300 Tiamat. But remember, this is a free add-on. This isn't a $200 mini, right? Here it is against the old Hasbro Gargantuan Red Dragon. And what did he say this was? DCM Behemoth. It's about the, a little smaller than that, but I'd say within scale with this behemoth. But it's definitely bigger than gargantuan because it's like 9 inches long or something like that. It's huge. It's like the size of a tiny cat. There's a couple other pictures here. Somebody was complaining about the Drider scale. Maybe the torso was too big, but I think it's reasonable for a large mini. I don't have a problem with that. There's tons. There's just so much on social media, Facebook and forums. There's just so much already there that you can look through that other people have posted. That's not what I was looking for. Yeah, so dungeons. Okay, let me go to my groups. Okay, Dungeons and Lasers fans, there we go. So we'll go through here. There's lots of people saying, oh, they got their thing, fixing instructions, this thing's mislabeled in the instructions. Man, these are old. Okay, so there's some paint jobs. And a lot of these guys have posted in the same thing in the Discords too. So, just look on social media, you will find a non-stop Dungeons and Lasers stuff. So here's Elven Woods with a swamp monster, stretch goal. There's that same swamp monster next to the Deucelair preview. You can see the 3 little guys riding on the back of the wood golem. So similar stuff. Here's somebody started painting their Tarrasque. There you can see it up against horseback riders, so you can see how honestly large it is. So once I get stuff assembled, maybe like in a month, we'll do another video where we compare to the stuff that I have in stock. But I thought the Reaper Form size comparison with the dragons with Maldrakar and Shiv were very useful as anything else. So here's just people showing, oh look, I got everything. So comparison, this big stack of things. Okay, so the top 3 boxes are stretch goals. Then Land of Giants, Elven Woods, Land of Giants, and another stretch goal box. So there are 3. Oh, there's a creatures pack. So there's 3 stretch goal boxes for a 4 pack thing, and I'm pretty sure those are just the super stretch goals. So there's like a whole nother box of non-super stretch goals. Honestly, they're, I don't want to show this person's kid. Sorry. Don't want to show that person's kid, but honestly, Dungeons and Laser stretch goals are the best thing in the industry, the most valued, most bang for your buck, even if you only use half of them. So we'll just go through each of these boxes. Once I bought an extra set of 3rd edition stretch goals. So for reference, just the clear blue ghosts out of this box are retailing for $12. These guys I think just went to retail for like 40 or 50, and they're going to put out the elementals, the air, earth, and water elemental. And I think there's a Team in the Devil in that elementals box somewhere. Oh, there he is. This guy's huge. He's a little in the picture, but he's huge. So I think they're going to put those guys out, and magma, and I think this guy's on the magma sprue. So I think they're putting those guys in a box together, and then the fantasy customization bits, all the scatter terrains, in another box. So this is like $100 worth of stuff for $40. Stretch goals. So ignore the towers; those are in the super stretch goals. But you get the blue elven stained glass stuff, scatter terrain, some harpies, some signs, some monsters. So that's 1 per pledge. This is 1 per backer. So here's the towers. and a blue enchanted tree and the spirit tree and the giantess. The giantess by itself was 15. So I'm guessing that like the tower set would be something similar. Would be about 15 retail when it gets there. The Turask was not additional add-on, but the dragon was 15. For note, the bigger dragons were like Draculus, the Cunning, and Schmorgenrog were 20. And now they're retailing for like 32, but you can get them for 22-ish. And the big, huge, giant, this is like 9 inches without doing the math right now in my head. This is like 9 inches big. I got those pictures of that. So this is a big, valuable stretch goal box here. Free sample pack. Hopefully plus a Leshy. I don't see a Leshy in here. Should have gotten a Leshy. I did a sign up, but I didn't pledge in time. I did a late pledge. One set of Elven Woods and one set of Creature Pack. So I'm really excited about the Wyvern. That's the thing I'm most excited about. And yeah. Yeah, so I won't have time to assemble any of these before the weekend. People have had them out, so just check your social media, Facebook, Discord, probably even Twitter. You're gonna forums. You're gonna see better picture size comparisons, assembly quality, beautiful paint jobs, more than I'm gonna be able to do anytime soon. Some of these people have whole sets knocked out and already painted. So, check out Dungeons and Lasers on your social media, because it's the best value. The stretch goals are the best value in Kickstarter. You can see I got 6 boxes there. I paid for 2, and the rest are all the stretch goals. I paid for the stretch goals; they're included in the price. But basically, the stretch goals are where the value is. And it's keep an eye out for Deuce Lair, because it's going to be all miniatures and not so much of the big terrain stuff.